なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Gather round, friends. We got a new Legends newsletter coming up for May. This is huge. The transparency for this major update goes to show they're putting a lot of stoinks into this update. They're trying to keep people hyped up. They've already broken down some of what they're doing, but there seems to be more that they want to tease. Let's go ahead and see what they got in store for us. I'm very, very, very excited for this because they put so many points into it. Every other quality of life change that we've received, they've never really gone to these lengths to say this is a big update or this update is so huge that we're going to go ahead and just decimate every single update we've done prior. For them to continuously gas up this update, even I'm starting to think, okay, something big is coming. And with it being the 7th year anniversary, we already know the significance of the number 7 in in Dragon Ball terms, 7 Dragon Balls, whatnot. It goes to show that they really want to go crazy for this year. So let's see what they got. News details: changes due to planned May version updates. Thank you for your continued support of Dragon Ball Legends. In anticipation of Legends' 7th year anniversary this May, we're planning a large-scale version update schedule with updates beginning in May. With these updates, many aspects of the game's systems, as well as its system requirements, will be changed or adjusted. This notice covers a portion of the changes and adjustments being made in May 2025. So let's see what they're doing. They will be introducing an overhaul of permanent events. Hopefully, it's them finding a tidier way to list all the events. Right now, we just got, block after block after block of various events that are there. Some summon lineup changes. I think this has to do with the Master Pack stuff. If you still have Master Pack tickets, I mean, what are you supposed to do with them, right? I think they got to revamp some of those banners that just stay forever to help out newer players in the game, because nobody cares about the blue Broly that came out from like 1972. Tier adjustments. I assume this is like Z tier, A tier, S tier adjustments. Maybe. I said before, the Z tier boost is not enough for characters. A character being old and unused, most of the time, it's not because of damage numbers and sustain. It has more to do with the fact that they lack the technical ability to keep up with the game. If you dash 100% damage inflicted and 70% damage cut, it'll just fall in line with what they said before, where, if we were to introduce a character with 200% damage guard, while they face off against the previous gen characters, we assume you're just going to get killed until, for 180 timer counts. That is equally true for the tiers. So hopefully this means they're willing to introduce some new mechanics for the characters. Maybe they're going to revisit it and find a way to make it so that some of these characters are better. And maybe they get rid of the featured boost. That system came to the game because Legends Limited characters would only be at 2 stars and they'd get owned by Zenkai characters that had monstrously higher stats. That was the issue. They decided to release 1200, 1800 Z-Power banners alongside the featured boost, which was too much. I think if they did 1200 Z-Power, that was more than enough. The issue was always stars and stat difference. It didn't have to be that it needed a featured boost now. So, okay. And then adjustments for Zenkai Awakening boosters. I assume this is just like, you pay 2000 CC, you net, I think, was it 2000 Z-Power, 1200 Z-Power for the character, and then a bunch of Zenkai souls and the 3000 Z-Power for them, whatever. I think that's what that is. And then the following were updated, simplifying character upgrades. We already know this. They talked about simplifying the amount of souls that you need. They're just going to unify it to one item. So hopefully that is the case here. Now, I don't think we need to read this again. I think these are all the same. Yeah, we still have the OS and memory updates. We already know the same for iOS. Okay, here we go. Overhaul of permanent events. Some permanent events and the full power metal exchange shop will be ending. Z-Power for the event exclusive characters and event keys will be removed from the rare metal shop lineup. Okay. If that's the case, then people that got the Blue Beast, Gohan, Red Pan, the Purple Piccolo, be sure to get that event done because you got free Z-Power for those characters. I think the same was true for the 5th year anniversary characters, so just be sure to do those. They're all the way at the final tab when you click events. So it looks like they want to do an overhaul for... Oh! They're doing an overhaul for Legends Road characters. Right, okay. That's good. Maybe this means they're willing to introduce more Legends Road characters. Remember when they said, oh, we're gonna... Here is the ability to 14-star Legends Road Super Saiyan Gohan that trained with Goten when he was chucking rocks at him. We're gonna Zenkai him. Then, radio silence. That plan went out the window. I know for a fact, and I can say this with full confidence, that they were concerned that Zenkaiing all the Legends Road characters very fast would mean that the tag becomes too damn strong, because all of their Zenkai abilities were stacking up. I know it sounds really stupid when you consider a lot of the characters that we see nowadays, but at the time, all that synergy for them, I guess, was a little bit nerve-wracking, so I guess they paused it. Fierce Battle, Family Kamehameha. Yes, this is back when we had the Family Kamehameha trio thing, and you could farm up that purple Broly or something. Full Power Battle versus Jiren. Let's go Universe 7, Vegeta, Goku the Legendary Super Saiyan. So these are the free-to-play Ultras. Behold, one body with the power of 7. This is Omega Shenron, the Ultra. And then Fusion Reborn Super Gogeta. Okay. To go along with this, we are ending the missions and exchange shops connected to these events. Please claim relevant mission rewards and use your exchange items as soon as possible. The event character Z powers available from the Fierce Fight, The Legend of Goku, which is one of the permanent events that will be ending, are planned to be added to the mission rewards for cleaning the main story. That's good. The event character Z powers available from other permanent events that are ending, as well as from the Rare Metal Exchange Shop and Full Power Metal Exchange Shop, will no longer be available. So this means that there was this, what was it? There's a blue Spirit Bomb Goku. Really old character. I think you needed that character to do some event that I think was needed for the free-to-play Super Saiyan Goku. I think they're talking about that. So if you never got around to them, be sure to do that. If they ever got around to powering up Ultras outside of Plat Equips, they would 100% start with the free characters first. So you may as well have them 14-starred while you can. Okay. We plan to have new limited time events as a new way to obtain these items. Okay, maybe not. So what else? Summon lineup changes. To account for the increase in new characters, the following summon lineups will be adjusted. Legends Welcome, Sparking Guaranteed, Legends Comeback, Sparking Guaranteed Summon. Okay. They're also changing the Dash Summon. We can play it again? Okay. Legendary Start Dash. To coincide with the Legendary Start Dash Summon update, the Legendary Start Dash pack will also be updated, and users who have already purchased it will be able to purchase it again. Okay, just an easy way to get the game going. I guess this is them trying to set up for a wave of additional players coming for the 7th year anniversary. Again, all the changes that they're doing, all the newsletters that they're sharing, all the information they're willing to share with us, just tells me they feel really confident that they have a amazing update. My expectations continue to grow every time a newsletter comes out, even though it shouldn't, because setting the bar too high and them failing to meet it is disappointment I'm setting myself up for. It's on me. I set up the expectation. They didn't need to meet what my expectation was. I set myself up for that. But I'm getting excited. We'll have to see. Super Master Pack 2 and Tutorial Summon. Yeah, it makes sense. Tier adjustments. Okay. In response to increasing character abilities, there will be adjustments to tier effects and tier effect amounts for the new season of Rating Match starting. Detail the changes. Change Strike and Blast Defense up to Damage Guard. Oh, that's pretty good. So before, what would happen is your character, if they're in Z tier boost, for example, they would get 40% additional strike defense and 40% additional blast defense. It sounds like they're just going to go ahead and say, screw it, 40% damage guard, which is the superior one anyways. Buffs to damage inflicted for each battle member from the same episode will be removed from S and Z tier, and the damage inflicted amount will increase. Okay, so they're just saying, screw it, we don't care anymore. If you decide to use, I don't know, goodness, what is a good example? If you decide to use the movie saga Super Saiyan Vegeta, the blue one that had blast armor, my OGs remember this, with the Bojack and the yellow Gohan. If you decide to use that guy with movie saga characters, you would get 60%, was it 30 or 20% extra damage per episode battle member, and then I think 40% for being in Z tier boost. It sounds like they're saying scratch that idea, just give them 100. There's no point in gatekeeping a character and restricting them to a specific episode when the character already blows. There's no point. Just give them the 100% damage inflicted, which is the smarter way to do it. I agree. Zenkai Awakened characters' damage inflicted amounts will be adjusted. This is smart too. There have been instances where a character was in Z tier boost, they Zenkai'd them, and they became crappier. Because the boost when you are Zenkai Awakened is 8% damage inflicted. I don't know why they stopped at 8. They didn't try 10, they didn't try 5, they didn't try 20. No, they decided 8 was the better choice. The red Android 13 is the best example of this. He was in Z tier boost, so he got the 100% damage inflicted when he ran with other, similar movie saga characters. When he got a Zenkai Awakening, they literally gave him some lint and a shoelace for a kit, and then he got 8% damage inflicted. He became crappier after his Zenkai. So I think they should scrap that idea. Some Zenkai Awakened characters there should be restrictions anyways. If the character stinks, it doesn't matter if there's a Zenkai or not, they stink. They suck. So make them get the full buffs. That's a good idea. Adjustments to Zenkai Awakening boosters. Since current souls, Rising Souls, Super Souls, and Zenkai Souls will no longer be available, Zenkai Awakening booster rewards will replace with the new souls. Totally understandable. What else would you do? Additionally, as of the next Zenkai Awakening booster, missions and mission rewards will be adjusted to make it easier to experience character Zenkai Awakening. Again, this is smart too. Some of you would have to wait a week to get a character to Zenkai 7. I don't think it made sense. I get it. It's their way in having you invest in the game to do your dailies and whatever. I don't get it. I don't think it was necessary. Let people get the character to Zenkai 6 very fast, and then the last Zenkai 7 can be from something else or whatever. I think I would prefer if they just let people get there all the way. Update. Simplifying character upgrades. I assume they're going to hint at where the change... What? No, they're not saying it. Soul boost system will be removed to help streamline characters. Yep. Stat boost and abilities via soul boosting will come from level ups. That's fine. That's the same. We talked about this. We told them that if you're going to remove the boost panel missions, put the CC elsewhere. Otherwise, it's a big no-no. Oh, the following mission, soul boost and class up-related events will no longer show numbers of days remaining, but they'll end at the same time. Okay, that's fine. Job requests, yes. That's fine. Login bonus changes, raid reward adjustments. I found this weird. Removal of the bonus battle for EXP. That's the stage that I do now in order to get a character to max level super fast. I just skip 50 skip tickets worth to get the character to level 5,000. Them removing this is a bit weird for me. Does that mean they're expecting everyone to use their training items now? Because I will admit, this did remove the need for all that stuff. Nobody cared about the bells or anything anymore. So maybe that's what that is. Either way, so far, good changes. But another reason why I am super excited for this update is they teased a reveal and stuff for this update. I think tomorrow, May 1st, there is a reveal and stuff or update and stuff or something for Legends. I think it's like a 10-minute long video. My assumption is they're willing to show off. Well, first of all, there's one more week for the Dragon Ball Saga campaign, so I think they're going to start with talking about one last Zenkai. Maybe a unique equip. They could do, if they Zenkai Yellow Roshi or Zenkai Path to Power Goku, that would be good because DKP could use a Zenkai buffer, and of course Path to Power is still a decent character. Or they decide to give Path to Power a unique equip and maybe a 1% Zenkai another unique equip. That's fine too. I think that's what they're going to do. But then they're going to talk about something in the update. I think they're going to show off some of these changes, some of the UI changes, and perhaps one of the big mechanic changes. I think they want to introduce giant characters. Genuinely. I found it suspicious that we haven't seen Goma. Truly, I really do find it suspicious that Goma is not here. I think they want to show that. I think that giant characters will have some sort of playability. I don't know how it's going to work given the camera panning, I don't think it's going to be a bunch of quick time events. I think they're going to find some way to introduce a battle system solely with giant characters. However, I think that's what they want to do. They want to make it work somehow. So that could be what they show off. But regardless, them willing to do a reveal for an update of all things tells me this is huge. Hopefully they pull through. Hopefully they meet the expectations players have, because the game, to me, has felt a bit off since Festival of last year. A lot rides on this anniversary, not only to make people feel excited about the game again, but to really spice up what it feels like to play the game. There's a difference between a game being exciting to play, you're anxiously looking forward to loading it up and trying out whatever's new, and you doing it as a chore. And the game right now feels like a chore. So let's see what they got. You let me know in the comment section below what you're expecting. But until next time, guys, peace.